nothing but broken streetlights. And I'm just trying to escape.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the year, you always gotta have the all-time ranking list. We start out with the honorable mentions. Number 7, our boy Slick Rick. Let's be honest here. This man could have been on the top 100. He could have been on the top 100, but the only issue, he's not an actual in-ring competitor. But he did it all wrong enough that he could be in the Hall of Fame. Let's be honest here. He's the Hall of Fame referee. He's the guy everybody loves. He's Slick Rick. He's Rick Slick. He's Slick back. He's Rick back. He got a baby in his back pocket. He's gonna turn around and do a dick back. Wait, okay. Point is.
Yeah, get out.
My bad. Point is, this man is the GOAT, best referee of all time. He's got to come in at the honorable mentions list. You got to have him somewhere on this list just for what he's contributed. And I'm not gonna lie, if I didn't put him on the all-time list in general, but if he was on the all-time list, this guy would be probably higher up than you would expect. But of course, another guy gonna come in at number 6 on the all-time honorable mentions list. This is a man that certainly is going to play a big part next year, given his alliances during year 4. He's on the honorable mentions list because, of course, he has not debuted yet, but he's had enough of an impact that he's able to make this list. And that, of course, it has to do with his alignment both in the community and in justice. The biggest reason he got on this list is alignment with, Daniel Garcia, Gracie Lewis, Cat Easley, etc., 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 all those people. He's been a part of that group, and he's played a pretty decently big part of that group. Everything they've decided to do, everything they wanted to do, and of course, he's been a big part of the community as well. You see him popping up in the streams, you see him all over the server. He's made his name known without needing to have a single match, and that is special. You don't get that very often with a lot of people, and that is why Brad Crimson finds himself at number 6 on the honorable mentions list, and I expect great things coming from him starting next year in year 5. And, well, you gotta continue to trend with another person. They're popular in a lot of ways. It is Casey Dixon, another example of what I just talked about. Saying you don't even need to debut to make your name for yourself. And much like Brad Crimson, she did exactly that. The only reason she rates 1 higher is because she had sex with Gracie Lewis. I'm jealous. Point is.
Yeah, that is true.
And Daniel Garcia. No, that's besides the point. A real point being, I mean, she's already inserted herself in a pretty decently sized, I don't know if you call it a feud, but you look at Erico, for example. Casey Dixon has already created a name for herself, both in that sense, and even with the relationships he's made, of course, with Gracie and Danny. Obviously played a big part in that, played a big part in the whole story. Like, it literally changed the trajectory of the story going on with Danny and Gracie. The biggest story of all time, so how could she not be on the honorable mentions list at least? But another man, this man actually had a match. Scott Hunter, also known as the Starlight Kid. He had a WrestleMania match against Max Armstrong on night 1. He had a match of the year candidate under his belt. It was that exact same match. And I don't expect this guy to be going anywhere. He did lose this match, but something tells me this guy's gonna be back. I don't know what it is, but he's been around for a long time.
He'll be back eventually, I know that.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. He's related to, Bon Jacobs and that entire family bloodline, whatever. He's got a lot going for him, and it worries me to know what he's going to do next. But of course, he used to be a part of Justice in the past, obviously. He made his return in that Rumble match, and he had a pretty decently big story near the end of the year, having to do, of course, with Max Armstrong, having to do with Igor Volkov, but we never got that match, admittedly. But coming in at number 3, another individual who made her debut recently. It happens to be somebody who was on Havoc for quite a little while and proceeded to take over when it came to coming to the main roster, helping Erico capture the national championship and joining Smile. She's been a prominent part so far, whether it be her debut, whether it be her segment with Franco and Erico, whether it be the segment at the Slammy Awards. Mariko is there. You can see her in the background. She is quiet but deadly, and it concerns you to know what her real motive is, I guess, and I would assume it aligns with Erico, but at the same time, I question what her personal motive is, because she has not spoken a word, she has not spoken a word for her own self yet. She's always spoken for Erico. She's always spoken for Franco. Very slightly. She's like the Solo Sikoa. Sure. Yeah. At the time, at least, back in the Bloodline. Doesn't really matter. We're not making comparisons. Point is, I'm interested to know more about her. And of course, coming with the dark matches, coming with the entrance showcase, coming with next year, most importantly, we're going to find out a little more about Mariko that we did not know before. And I question what a lot of those things are.
I can assume certain things, but hey, we never know.
It's gonna be dangerous. But number 2 on our honorable mentions list. Why don't we talk about this guy? Do we need to? Of course we do. It's the baby. We have not seen him in a while. I miss him. But he had a one hell of an impact. Bro, he was feuding with the current greatest of all time back in year 3. How the hell is that possible? He's the baby.
Hold on.
But
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I was trying to vouch for this man to be a host of WrestleMania, but
You are.
Phoenix did not want to listen to me.
Phoenix a bitch. Fuck you, Phoenix. We need the baby back. But coming in at number 1, y'all can just take a look at the top left there if you want to really get a reason on why she's number 1 on the honorable mention. The only reason she has not cracked the list yet, obviously, is because she has not had a match yet. But that's gonna change on the main roster. That's going to change extremely soon. She's been on Havoc. She's undefeated on Havoc. And if you look at the left side, she was we typically don't count these sort of things. Like if somebody had different titles in different companies, we don't typically count them. But the thing is with this is it's too monumental to not have on her actual ranking. 462 match win streak, meaning around the world she has won 462 wins in a row. I don't think she's had a single loss. And of course you can look at the clean streak, 1,086. No. Keep in mind, the biggest one in PCW is Ian Yole at 650. She has almost doubled that around the world. That is insanity. No pun intended.
She is truly something. I can't even say anything about this woman. She is just an absolute threat.
There's not even a word. There's not even a word. If you wanted to know who the person to take up the mantle of Kagetsu could be once she retires eventually, I think you got your person. Like the stars are aligning here. I'm worried, and she also got to she's with Erico too. God, damn, bro.
Lordy.
I pray for the roster. We got Erico, the national champion. She's dating this motherfucker? Actual psychopath? I don't know. But why don't we get to our actual rankings list? Coming in at number 100. Oh, you're gonna be happy about this.
Yeah. Hey, okay, let me say something. I don't like the theme, and I like the theme. Don't get me wrong. I like the person, but in the sense that this song right here, this video, basically her theme video overall, has more views than any other video on this channel, is absolutely insane to me, and I hate the fact that it is.
Sin of envy.
But hey, I'm not even envious, bro. I'm not even envious.
Well, number 9 continued to trend.
Anyway,
we had our interviewer. Okay, bro. Well, yeah, we had our interviewer coming in at number 100, Vonnie Tobar. Why don't we consider it with the Chaos general manager, Stephanie Hernandez? Now, she has had a match, one singular match, and that was, I think she faced sometime in year 1, but as of recently, she had one singular match. That was against the Archangel, of all people. She did lose, but, she put up a pretty decent fight for being the boss. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is true.
She holds her ground. Number 98, moving past
that most people know.
Well, but moving past the management side of things, Sweet Janie comes in at number 98. I think she was, I almost think she was number 100 last year, but no, she's a little higher now.
She was.
She ranks a little lower on this list. She actually had a very strong start to her career back in year 1, I believe it was. Yeah, year 1, year 2, year 1. She had a very strong start, I'm not gonna lie to you. And then she started facing Cat Easley.
Yeah, and then her career went downhill.
Yep, and then she got beat up by Carly Sam and later disappeared. She actually never got released. She disappeared. So I'm not really sure what happened, but maybe she'll come back. Props to her. Yeah. Number 97 is going to be the agency, Jay Roland and Ronan. I hate to have them ranked this low, but I had no reason to put them higher. I really want them to be higher. These guys, I will say, they have a lot of potential. Like, this gives me Suji and Rachel vibes. Maybe a little more stupid, but it gives me Suji and Rachel vibes in the term that you want to root for them, but Ronan just doesn't know where the ring is. That's the problem.
Yeah, the thing is, Ronan could have had a pretty good showing in the World Tournament if he did not walk out of his match.
He got
speaking
kicked.
of that, we haven't seen him since.
We have not seen him since he got kicked up on by Akuma. He said, "Ah, fuck this shit, I'm leaving." Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I understand why he ran away. I probably would run away too.
Fair enough.
Point is though, yeah, I want to see more from them. They had a championship match back in year 3, I believe it was, against, I want to say it was Doom at the time. I think it was a multiplayer match. I think it was like Doom, the agency, and I want to say like the Showman or something. I don't know. It was a good match though. And I hope they do more next year. I am excited to see what they do. But of course, continuing the trend of tag team with another one. Yeah, we were just talking about them. The Showman coming at number 96. Paul is absolutely flipping his desk right now. Aiden Finn and Albert Bolton.
Yep.
I believe they're in the same boat as the agency, where they actually have had a couple of pretty decent matches. They've had a couple of decent showings. Remember that Steel Cage match against Doom they had? That shit was actually pretty good. But other than that, never had a championship win. Never really had a match that really made you look at them and go like, yeah, I need these guys to be champion. Not because they're hot, Paul, because of their skill. They are very skilled.
Yeah. I can say, before Doom lost their championships, I can say that they had a pretty good showing in that multi-man match.
Oh, yeah.
If I can remember when it was. But, like you've seen, they did not pick up that win. Yeah, they didn't pick up the win, but they did have a good showing. Even though they did take the pin, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. But hey.
Would you also say that this is kind of like the... If you really look at the both of them, would you say this is the pairing of Hitler and Stalin?
Can we just go on to the next one?
Yeah, you know, that's a good idea. Let's go on to number 95. Number 95 in the all-time ranking. Let's bring in Ali Cook. Now, instead of surprising to see the one-time Havoc Women's Champion. She sure is. A couple years ago, but, you know, it happened. But Ali Cook, formerly on the main roster, now on Havoc, and she has been thriving. She's been doing better. Like you see, she's won a Havoc Women's Championship in her time that she's been gone from the main roster. I believe back in year 2, year 3 when she left. I go down to Havoc, and she's done pretty well. She's done a good job. She's made a name for herself down in Havoc, and props to her. I don't know if that means she's going to be coming back to the main roster anytime soon. I'm not entirely sure about that, but she's doing a good job on Havoc. That's all that matters. Props to her. We'll see what more she can do, you know, over the next couple years. But I'll tell you, Ali Cook, if you were there for year 1 and 2, Ali Cook, that entrance fucking sucked. Anyway, number 94. Tiana Jacobs comes in. A rest in peace to her. Wish I could rank her higher. Obviously, she's had a little bit more of a legacy than the other people. Obviously, you hear her name a lot more, especially if you're involved with all of the justice stuff. But Tiana Jacobs, the sister of Bon Jacobs, she passed away at the end of year 3. And of course, we wish her well. We wish her family the best. And it's been a tough time, and it all affected a lot of people for sure. And it's good to keep her memory living on. She kind of was in the same position that Zoe Boll is in, a little bit less at the moment, but where she constantly had that chance to go flying up the ranking. She had to take that one step, but couldn't quite make that step. She was on the verge of taking that step. Then all this EOD stuff started. She had to leave the company for a little bit to protect herself. It was all over the place. But coming in at number 93, Vinny the Clown runs right in. This guy is, you know, again, it sucks to rank him so low. He's fucking creepy. I like this guy. Paul is currently creaming on his screen. I don't know if he's going to be able to see number 92 if he's able to clean it off in time. Point is, though, Vinny the Clown. So, I know in year 3, he had a little bit of a feud with the Holy Shonda. Actually, never really got finished, but it's not a big deal. But he is scary. You've seen his moveset. You've seen the way he presents himself. He aligns himself with Sadie Blood as well. And I hope we get to see them more as a duo next year. I want to see them thrive. I want to see Sadie return. I want to see a return with Vinny. I want to see what they could do as a duo. Because I know they're both over as hell. I mean, Sadie Blood is literally just Sadie Blood. You don't need any more reason than that. And then, of course, Vinny the Clown being associated with her is going to get them up a little more. I just want to see what these two can do together. They have potential. And I want to see that potential thrive. Number 92, if you want to continue to move forward, that's going to be Thorsten, one half of the Warriors of Odin. This is a man that had the presentation of a world champion, yet is stuck in this tag team. And I wouldn't say stuck in a negative way, but he's got to find his footing. And once he finds that footing, this guy could go solo, and he could go on to do great things. He's got the presentation, he's got the look, he's got the theme, he's got everything he needs to shoot himself to the moon. He just gotta get that footing in terms of his in-ring performances. Now, he's not bad by any means whatsoever, but I need to see more from him, for sure. And I think that goes for a lot of people in the list, but especially for Ghost. He's one of the more unique looking people on the roster.
Yeah, that is true. He in my eyes is very skilled. From what I've seen, he just needs that one chance to just make it happen.
He's gonna be the Montez Ford of the Warriors of Odin, bro, I'm telling you. Number 91, though.
Yep.
Moving past the Warriors of Odin. Let's go to Sophomore. Somebody who was around in year 3. Now, he had an interesting 4 or 5 way feud. I don't even remember how many people were involved in it. You had Kai, you had Jack Maverick, you had Roy Mullins, you had, I think there was probably somebody else involved in there somewhere. Maybe it was Draven, I don't know. But he was involved with a lot of people last year. We never really got to see the conclusion of that. He did get released around that time, but we never really got to see the conclusion of that. He had a faction that was really coming around him. I don't remember what they were called, but it was a cool faction with another release talent known as Kylie Jackson. It was going to be cool. I was very excited to see it. We never got to see what that was going to turn into, but he ranks at number 91 simply for the work that he was putting in Survivor Series. In that time, he had a couple of really good matches, a couple of really good moments. So for that, he ranks a little bit higher than most, even though he probably won't be coming back.
Wait. Now that I think about it, did he used to date Ayla?
Oh, he did used to date Ayla. Justice for Ayla, bro. But number 90, we got Nighthawk. Now, call him by the correct name. Go ahead.
Nigga Hawk. That's my guy.
That's his guy. Nighthawk. He comes in at number 90. Now, he is associated not with Sadie Blood, but with another S, Shannon Rose. I want to see Shannon versus Sadie, Nighthawk versus Vinny. How fire would that be? I'm just saying. But
We're pretty good.
Point is though, Nighthawk. I'm confused about what to think about this guy. I like him. I think he's neat. I think he's scary. He needs to win more matches. He lost to Benjamin Murray and Jack Maverick. Those were his last 2 matches, and he lost them both. I am concerned. It worries.
Did he lose to Maximus too?
Maximus? No, that was Jack Maverick. Maximus got involved, and then Jack Maverick won off his interference. Yeah, close enough though. He might as well. He might as well have lost to Maximus King. Good thing for him though, hopefully. But number 89 is going to be one half of the formerly known tag team as the Spitfires. Charlie Woods arrived tonight at the all-time ranking at number 89. I say that like she's actually here. This is a recording, ladies and gentlemen. She is not actually making her live entrance. Charlie Woods though. She's very mixed emotions about her. And I don't mean in the sense of people hate her. Nobody really hates her. But like, I want to see her succeed. I want to see her do something, bro. She keeps like she's not been able to really get her stride, and it makes me sad, especially how she was booked in year 2 and the beginning of year 3. She had it, bro. What happened?
I'm not sure, but from what I've seen now, she's been named not the worst, but basically the jobber of the women's division.
And I hope that changes.
And the thing is, the women's division isn't even that. She's not even that bad.
No, I hope it changes though. Number 88, moving past Charlie was this guy, the Outlaw. He used to be here in year 3. Now, when he changed his entire look to come with the new theme, the new entrance, the new look, I thought this guy was going to go places. His moveset improved. He got a lot better. He was in that feud with, I actually want to say it was Holy Sean at the time, or something like that. I think it might have been one of the Dragoncitos, or it was the Savior, mid-year 3. But anyway, point is, he had a lot going. I thought this guy was going to go to the moon, man. I thought we were going to see some championship matches. I thought we were going to see some big stories. And then he got released. I'm not really sure what happened, but... Yeah, R.I.P. to LeBron. But I think there's a chance he could come back for sure. Don't, if he comes back one day, but don't be surprised. This guy has a good look. He got a good team, like I said. Don't be surprised if he ends up coming back. But point is, for now, he's gone, and I want to see him do better.
Dallas Dalton.
Oh man, imagine Dallas Dalton him in that tag team, bro. Yeah, right. But number 87. In the same realm of things. Yeah, I was gonna say in the same realm of superstars, like you got Charlie Woods, Outlaw, and then you got Rahuli Sean in the same boat. Now. No notable accomplishments, but I will tell you, at the very beginning of year 2, I think it was week 1, Ian Yole versus Rahuli Sean when Rahul made his debut. That was the moment where everybody thought Rahul was going to win the title in his first match. And maybe he should have. But then we wouldn't have gotten the story if we got it. But still, this guy actually held a very prominent role. He's not technically released. Keep in mind, Rahul Ishan is not released from the company. He is still signed to the company. I just don't know where he is.
He just hasn't been booked.
No, he has not been booked. And I want to see him be booked. This guy is talented. This guy is skilled. And I love everything about him. I want to see what he can do. I want to see more. Number 80. Oh, God. Number 86.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
Now, these people, well, she's one of the people. Janice George. I'm not even sure what I can really say about her. She basically put the crib rules, but like 2 times worse than them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The funny thing is, she ranks this high because of her pre-monarchy stuff. We're talking, United States Championship feud with Kiyoshi Jidoshi back in year 1, the shit in year 2 with Kagetsu. That's why she ranks a little bit higher than you may have expected. But number 85, one of the only outside talents that you're going to see appearing on this list, and that just so happened to be AJ Lee. I was just about to tell you not to cream. Call me out now. Ayla's watching. Lock in.
Alright, my fault.
AJ Lee. So she actually had a really good feud with Devin Lynn at the beginning of at the end of year 3, and it was one of the more enjoyable feuds of the year, at least for me. Just because of the story they were telling, the match that they had at WrestleMania, the steel cage or whatever, it was fire. AJ Lee did a great job in her short time in the company. It was a cool appearance, and isn't it funny that she ended up leaving as soon as CM Punk revealed himself? I'm just saying.
Yep.
Well, she had to retire. Or not retire. She had to... whatever, you get the point. It would have been nice to see more. But that's okay. Number 84. Let's go on to Roy Casanova. One of the people I mentioned a little bit earlier. Now, he had an insane little feud at the end of year 2 with Bon Jacob for the heavyweight or the Heritage Championship now. And a lot of people thought he was going to win. It almost seemed like it was destiny. Where in the Elimination Chamber, you had him almost winning to beat Bon Jacobs. He barely came up short. He finally got that one-on-one. And you thought that was the end of Bon's Heritage Championship reign. No, he hung on. He was able to defeat Roy Casanova a little bit barely, but he certainly did so. And ever since then, we haven't seen him really able to recover. And I want to see him recover because dude is fucking scary. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, man.
Yep. Speaking of so scary.
Now,
Cyanide.
This is scary in a different way. Cyanide, his brother Fentanyl, not anywhere in sight. He got a one-time match of the year under his belt. One of the only people in the early rankings that actually has an accomplishment to share. Yeah, it is Cyanide.
Yep.
He made his official debut. He's had one singular match on record. That is against Benjamin Murray. And that one singular match gets him at number 83. It's also his legacy of just wanting to see him return because it was pre-developmental stuff. I don't know. He's got a one-time match with your candidate. Or shit was fire. And a FNAF screen.
Yeah, in my sense, who's under that mask? Is that even a mask?
I don't know. I hope we find out one day. But moving on to number 82, let's get another tag team out of the way. Let's go with the new generation, Alex Avery and Sarah Miller. When I say I want to see these two succeed, that is an understatement. You had to be there to understand the hype of the new generation when they first debuted. I'm going to tell you right now, if you were not there, the best way I can explain it is when they made their debut at the end of year 3, they almost were the only thing talked about, which is insane with all the stuff that was happening at the end of year 3. They were a big talk. Just a debuting tag team. They went on to fight 13XT, and they got so incredibly close to winning that tag team championship at WrestleMania. Like I said, they come incredibly close. They did fall short just barely, but you really just had to be there for the hype of the new generation at the end of year 3. You gotta understand. They were insane. But
yeah, they were talked about a lot. I remember.
And even going on into year 4, they still did decent things. I'd say they had a couple tag team matches here and there. They won a couple matches here and there. The biggest thing was the story between Alex Sarah and Benjamin, which I'm not really going to go too in depth with, but it kept them relevant. It was one of the more unique stories, let's put it. Let's just go with that.
It shows how unique they are.
It shows that they're very versatile. I want to see them turn heel. Anyway, number 81. I don't know. It's the bad person inside of me. Carly can't come in at number 81. Now, you could make a case that she should be a little bit higher, given the legacy she left, especially down in year 3 and year 2 when she was feuding with Kat Easley. That was a huge ass feud, one of the leading feuds of Velocity for almost the entirety of year 2 and 3 in some way. Whether it was on or off or not, doesn't matter, due to injury, due to mental health time, it doesn't matter. But they were a big part, and Carly Sam was the leading reason. The last person to pin Kat Easley clean is Carly Sam at TakeOver Armageddon. And I will tell you right now, Carly Sam's not bad by any means. If you think she's a bad wrestler, you're just wrong. The only people she's really lost to lately are Nevaeh Hanna, Katie Bell. Those are the two people. Katie Bell, who's an amazing in-ring talent. She's going to be higher up on this list. And then Nevaeh Hanna. And just Nevaeh Hanna. And of course, Kat Easley too. People she's been losing to are very good people. Yeah. Even though she's probably going to get released. Anyway, number 80. Let's go on to Kyle Casanova. Continue the trends with the Casanovas, baby. Now, Kyle, one-time gold tag team champion. Back in the day when he was a part of the Final Stand. He won the tag team championship with his tag partner at the time, Robbie Zanity. And he ended up getting released in year 2 going into year 3, and eventually ended up coming back at the end of year 3 to help out Max Armstrong and taking out Robbie Xanadu and Mateo Lopez. And of course also being on the side of Adrian Lee as well. It's a very cool little story. While he was only here for a short amount of time, always be open to a Kyle Casanova return. You never know when this guy could show up and beat your ass next. It's too late.
Yep. What?
Number 79 coming to the list. Why don't we go on and get this one out of the way? Now, you're going to notice the other Crables, Nancy and June, are not even below the top 50. It shows you how big the skill gap between them and Brenda is, coming in at number 79. I don't know whether to feel bad or not. I don't know whether to feel bad or not.
I don't.
I guess there's no reason to, but yeah, Brenda Crable comes in at number 79. Not really a lot to say other than she had a sort of a legacy in year 1 and year 2 when she was around. She had a decent amount of matches, I guess you could say, but when she really started to shine was when she returned to join the Crables, her sisters, and taking out Lila Kim and aided in keeping the United States Championship around her sister June's waist. So, she played a pretty decent part in that feud, and going into year 4 as well, she lost a lot. But hey, number 79, that's a comfortable spot, but number 78, why don't we continue? So Bradley Buchanan. I want to have this guy higher, and I hope someday I have an excuse to put him higher. Y'all know how much I've glazed this guy, and for good reason. So Bradley Buchanan, back in year 1, had a really decent feud with Ryan Yokozu for the TakeOver Men's Championship back in the day. And of course, a couple of little feuds here and there throughout the next couple of years, and then leaving for a little bit and returned to debut on Havoc. And in his second match, on the same night he returned, 2 matches in 1 night. He defeated Isaac Ness to qualify, and then he went on to win the Havoc Money in the Bank contract. And he has yet to cash it in to this day. We're waiting to see if he will be successful. The only champions he has at the moment, I believe, are
tonight.
Wait, tonight? No, I'm talking about Havoc. No. I was gonna say he could either cash in on Katsuyori Matsumoto or the North American Champion. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who it is right now. I'll go look later. But the North American Champion is also an option. But he's got 2 people who can cash in on. Who he's gonna cash in on? I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully. Coming in at number 77 on the all-time ranking list. Why don't we throw on the Cha-Cha? Say hola to Cha-Cha. Number 77, the GOAT. Hola. Y'all don't get the reference yet. You'll find out next year. One-time Havoc Money in the Bank. A one-time Havoc Women's Champion. You can see the trend. She's a Havoc superstar that debuted recently earlier this year. It's why she's at number 77. And granted, some of that is because of, we count Havoc, but not too much. Like, if you have like 10 Havoc championships, you're not going to be number 1, right? It plays a little bit, but not a lot. The reason she's so high on this list right now is because of her popularity. You could not find a more popular Havoc star if you tried. You really couldn't. In terms of like crowd interactivity, she's gotta be like up there in the top 3 on the entire roster. Like you have maybe Danny, Cha-Cha, and like, I don't know, whoever else has a crowd singing with them. I don't fucking know, but Cha-Cha. I can't wait.
Forget that she's also the sister of Nyla.
She's the sister of Nyla. That's another good point. You're absolutely right. And she has banger matches all the time. We're coming in at number 76. I have them separate for a reason. Because, well, El Ultimo debuted a lot earlier than El Dragoncito did. But, point is, El Dragoncito, you're going to be surprised on how recently this guy debuted. It wasn't in year 2 or year 1. It was in the middle of year 3. That sounds insane, because I feel like he's been around for a lot longer than this. I know, early to mid-year 3, but nah, that's when he debuted. He debuted to help Ultimo defeat a cheating Bradley Buchanan. That was a feud, yes. You remember that? Probably not. Do I blame you? Probably not. But still, he did debut.
I wasn't even here.
You weren't even here yet, no. But coming in at number 75, it's his tag partner, El Ultimo. Now, he has a little bit more to talk about, because he was around since pre-developmental, formerly known as Mohas. Honorary member of the Dream Team, an old faction that used to be here. Don't worry about it. Real quick, gonna do a bottle flip on my foot. Got that shit. Anyway, El Ultimo. Now, he hasn't had many opportunities at championship, of course, due to him being in a tag team now, of course, with El Dragoncito, but I believe they can do great things. I think if you're able to revamp them, rebrand them, kind of rise them up, give them a reason to fight a little more, give them some sort of fire. I believe they could rise up the rankings very fast if you really try your hardest to get them to that peak. I think there's a chance. Will it happen? I'm not going to confirm that. I don't know. It all depends if the stars can fall into place, but I believe there's always a chance, especially when it comes to El Dragoncito and El Ultimo making up Team Cobra. And who knows? They even have people they can align themselves with. The Tiger Prince, the Tiger Princess, those two. We're going to get a trio with the Tiger Princess in it, so there's always a chance. Number 74. Keep it going with the trend of tag team. Throwing the Dodgers, Jessica Reynolds and Sophie Bryant. One-time women's tag team champions. They defeated the Punk Rock Blondes in the middle of year 3 to win the championship. And not to mention, they are 4-time Havoc women's tag team champions. Now, you would think they'd be a little higher on this list for that reason. The only reason I don't is because of their performances in year 4. Sadly, with 13 XG completely taking over the tag division, no other tag team but the Suicide Rise have even had really a chance to shine.
Yep.
Well, speaking of tag teams, the way I have them separated is because Paige Branson has done a lot more. And this again is pre-monarchy. We're not gonna worry about current monarchy. Let's talk about pre-monarchy. Well, I guess to be fair, they always were in the monarchy. Let's talk about this era monarchy. Paige Branson, she got a Match of the Year candidate under her belt because she actually had a really cool feud with the Archangel back in year 2 at a SummerSlam match. It was actually a fairly iconic match for its time, so props to her, man. Well, at the time, props to her. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Number 72, the Savior CM Punk. At Hell in a Cell, he defeated Drew McIntyre. That's not relevant, but still, I just wanted to say it. That match was fucking fire. Point is, in PTW, let's talk about it. Now, he debuted in year 2. Nobody really knew until the end of year 3, to say the least, I guess. But he had a couple of really close opportunities at championships, but who was always the one faulting him, getting in his way? It could have been Team Cobra, could have been the Outlaw, could have been anybody, in essence, could have been Ian Yo as well. He had a little match between them, I'm pretty sure, at one point as well. He was also in the... He also was in the finals of the Global Championship Tournament. At the beginning of year 4, he had that whole thing with Jack Maverick that sadly didn't go anywhere due to the release, the requested release of Dallas Dalton. We could have had some incredible things there, but sadly did not go to plan. Well, it could have come to fruition someday? Possible. But the chances might not be as high as you think. But number 71, this is where we get to have a couple of accolades stacked. He got 3 under his belt. Former men's tag team champion. He won a WrestleMania Battle Royale back in year 3, as a matter of fact. And with a Match of the Year candidate under his belt. One half of the tag team formerly known as Doom alongside Warhawk. The ones that he won the tag team championship with. This is like your Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens type vibe of the tag team division at the time. And of course, just like Kevin Owens did, Warhawk turned on him to join his family in the Empire of the Elite.
Yep.
Which, you know, was sad. It was a good heel turn. It was all that shit. But man, Doom had a lot more in the tank. That's for sure. And I wanted to see. But now that Noah Johnson's gone solo, he tried to get revenge on Warhawk. He tried so hard. Sadly, was unable to do so. But I hope for more from him sooner rather than later, man. I truly do. Well, number 70. Continuing the trend of this kind of middle area, this gray area. She's got one of the brightest futures in the company at the moment. It's going to be Kira Jade. He understands has also won a WrestleMania Battle Royale. It was also last year with Noah Johnson.
Yep, same year.
She got 2 Match of the Year candidates under her belt, both with Joyce Carter, ironically enough. Once at the Grammys, once on week 18. Kira Jade, constantly putting on amazing matches, now aligning herself with the Maverick University and, well, Akari. And as you saw earlier, aligning yourself with Akari is about the best thing you could do for your career. If she likes you, of course.
Exactly.
Akari and Kira Jade seem to have some special connection in some way. I don't mean mind reading, I mean in the sense that they just kind of understand each other. I don't know, it's kind of creepy, but I just know Kira Jade's got a bright future, and I'm excited to see what goes on. But number 69. Oh.
Oh, brother.
Oh. Yeah. Number 69, it is Maximus Burger King. The interim Velocity Takeover Championship. So here's the thing. He comes in at number 69. He's won 2 matches. He is 2-9 at the moment. He lost 9 straight matches debuting at the end of year 3. He joined the Maverick University. He won a match. And then he won another match at WrestleMania. He defeated Matthew Cage to become the champion, despite botching a Tobe Atomiko and falling face first on the mat. And then he proceeded to win the championship. Do we want to talk about it?
The only time I wanted Matthew, that little motherfucking Canadian gremlin, he had one chance to actually make me proud, and he fucked it up.
Yeah, jump scare as well. Yumiko Lee coming at number 68. Dude, when I tell you I am excited to see next year, I mean that shit. The promo that she's cut at the end of year 4, the matches against the Crable, June Crable specifically on week 18. This is a career reset for her. She righted her wrongs. Back in year 1, she lost to June Crable, and it never was the same. She reset herself and she righted her wrongs from the past and defeated June Crable. Whatever she's gonna do in year 5, I am here for it, because the things just seem to keep looking up for Yumiko Lee. I am more than excited to see what she's able to do. Coming in at number 67, to keep the trend of those WrestleMania Battle Royale winners, it's going to be Joyce Carter, a member of the Empire of the Elite, at number 67. She's got 3 Match of the Year candidates under her belt as well. 1 against Kat Easley, 2 against Kira Jade, seemingly her arch nemesis at the moment. And I heavily mean at the moment. Wink, wink. Anyway, inside joke. It's not a joke, but it's inside info. Anyway, point is, Joyce Carter is, you want to talk about some of the hottest rising stars, the one with the most potential. She might be at the top of that list. Every match she has is good. It could be a multiple person match. It doesn't always have to be match of the year, but it could be a multiple person match. It could be a singles match. It could be battle royale. Like, it doesn't matter. Joyce Carter is constantly showing out every single time, and I can't wait to see what goes down in year 5.
She's one of the youngest. She's one of the youngest people here.
Yeah, she turned 19 recently, but coming in number 66 is going to be another tag team. It is the Ascension, and they're supposed to be getting a rebrand in year 5, so do not expect them to be called the Ascension anymore. Expect them to be called the Revival. Men's Tag Team Champions under the belt. Don't take that seriously, by the way. They're not going to be called the Revival. Men's Tag Team Championships under their belt. They won it in year 3 off of Doom. They were the ones to dethrone Doom, before eventually losing it to the Misfits when Gianti Carter kissed Angelica Lopez. No comment. I didn't get loaded. You did. So Kane and Damian were the tag team champion. Huh? What happened? Anyway, Kane and Damien. I will tell you, that entire story in year 4 as well, when you involve Erico with that, they really could have been higher on this list if they had more accolades under their belt, truthfully, because that story in year 4 fucking hit with Erico. That shit was fire. Kane got himself a Slammy. But coming in at number 65, the Party Zone. Now, these guys, again, could have been higher. But man, I'll tell you right now, if this is only their second year, and they're already at 65 after having a fairly rough year 3. Their year 4 was pretty good. But defeating the Misfits' second reign to become tag team champions, the entire story where they couldn't, they couldn't seem to beat them. Back in year 3 when they tried again in year 4 early, and then they tried one last time, third time the charm, and they did. Yeah, shit. They third time the charm, and they certainly did it. They did a great job. They had an amazing match at WrestleMania in that tag team match, and they were able to get the job done. Little Mario and Luigi, Colin Damage. Not to mention, Cole Price is also a former Diamond Tag Team Champion back in the day. Good for him. They had actually with Jack Maverick at the time, the first line when they were a team. That's pretty neat.
Speaking of that, they also had a feud.
They did have a feud, yes. Cole Price and Jack Maverick, and I mean Sammy Hammond was there too. It was mostly Cole and Jack, but yeah, Sammy was injured, and then we got Cole and Jack, blah blah blah. It was a fantastic feud. I really enjoyed that. Don't forget that. Cole Price really broke out of the start, and that's what got them the momentum to go into year 4 and become tag team champion. And it's funny, because they weren't even going to be the tag team champion when I originally had booked them. It was going to be somebody else, but I changed it to the TPV because it just kind of was right. But number 64 on the all-time ranking list, it is the Punk Rock Blonde, Amber Ray, and MJ Taylor. I'm gonna say this right now. I want to see them turn serious again. I mean, I know they're fairly already serious, but ever since that feud with the Suicide Ride, it was a good feud. I really enjoyed that feud. There was some really funny segments, but I need to see a badass heel Punk Rock Blonde. And I will be on board to see them win another tag team championship. Truly. They defeated Madison Ivy and the Archangel at year 2's WrestleMania to win the tag team championship before eventually losing them to the Dodgers. They also 5-time Havoc Women's Tag Team Champions. Truly one of the greatest tag teams we've had in the roster.
Were they passing it around?
Yeah, in Havoc they were. Yeah, exactly. It's like back and forth. But number 63, continue the legend back from year 1. Let's go with Vincent Echo. 2 Match of the Year candidates under his belt, both with Kai back in year 1. Kai and Echo, arguably one of the biggest feuds of year 1. Top 5 at least. It was what really set the standard for Velocity feuds at the time. It was Echo and Kai. Now, I'll tell you, I am shocked this guy never won the Velocity Championship, even once. Like, I really deadass thought at some point this guy would win the Velocity Championship, truthfully. The amount of matches he had with Kai as well, holy shit. Talking about year 3, his little feud with Paul Mysterious as well. He ran back that feud with Kai for a little bit. It was cool. I really wanted to see him succeed, but sadly, we did not get to see that. Number 62, Azric Cohen arrives. The former Velocity Intercontinental Champion, the inaugural Velocity Intercontinental Champion, 2 Match of the Year candidates under his belt, both being with Butch. He had a crazy story returning in year 4 to fight Butch. And obviously he ended up losing. He had to end his career. He had to put his career on the line in his second match to get one more chance to beat Butch, to take the title that he believed he did not deserve away. And he failed. He lost the match. And in turn, of course, that led to him wondering, damn, what do I do next? So he somehow found a way to get himself into the spot of a Velocity general manager to try and screw over Butch. And he did that successfully, helping Ian cash in and whatnot. He had a very, very, very big part to play in the story of Butch back in year 4, not long ago. And I would not be surprised if this guy is still going to have an on-screen presence. Because honestly, I won't lie, he's a great character. I want to see him stay.
Yep.
Number 61, Zoe Boll arrives at the all-time rankings herself. I talked about it earlier. She has a chance to be higher on this list, but she could not seem to take that one little step to get higher on the power rankings. I want to see her take that step. I want to see her take that leap of faith and she has not been able to do it yet, but I think there is potential to do so. She is a WrestleMania Battle Royale winner back in year 2. She's won the Mixed Match Challenge back in year 1, and she had a 424-day clean streak. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
That is insane. It shows you how strongly she was booked. I think part of that was due to, Oni back with the Beast. So I guess partly it wasn't Zoe Bowl, but it also was. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But point is, it technically still counts. So I don't know, but I want to see her do great things because she had a match with Danny back in year 4 too. It was pretty decent actually. So I want to see what more she could do. But number 60 coming in on the all-time ranking list, it is Katie Bell. I talked about her a little bit earlier as well when I was talking about, Carly Pam. 3 Match of the Year candidates under her belt. Honestly, not surprised she has more. But I'm gonna be honest, well, not all of them have been, the Match of the Year, like, oh, this gotta be Match of the Year. Not a single Katie Bell match has been bad, much like Joyce Carter. They all have been absolute bangers. Whether it be Natalie Hannah, whether it be Mel Young, whether it be Kat Easley, whether it be Sadie Blood, it doesn't matter. They are always so incredibly good. And I want to see what she can do heading into year 5. She ended up leaving at the end of year 4, not the company, but ended up taking a break, a leave of absence to deal with some things that she had left unsettled, or in her words, whatever it was. Now, Igor may be a generational hater, but I'll tell you, year 5 is going to be a big year for Katie Bell. I can feel it. I don't know what she has in store, but I can tell you, it is going to be absolutely deadly. Number 59 on the all-time rankings list. You continue it on with these stars that were here in year 3. Let's go with Dallas Dalton. He won the Money in the Bank contract back in year 3 on Velocity, and he used to try and cash in on Butch. He was unsuccessful, but it got him technically a WrestleMania main event. If you really want to get technical about it. Dallas Dalton versus Butch was the main event of WrestleMania, guys.
Even though it didn't last very long, he did a pretty good job in that matchup, and all as well for his small little decent run in Velocity. Pretty
and
good
wrestler. I wanted to see what more he could do, but sadly it just didn't end up. I want to see him come back. But number 58. No accomplishments listed, but it does not matter with what she has been able to do in terms of her feuds and opponents. Debuting back in year 3, feuding with the Archangel in her first feud, mind you, beating Madison Ivy, not the championship, it was in the World Tournament. She beat Madison Ivy. She was about to beat her again. Well, supposedly, not really. I think actually Madison was about to beat her. But the point is, she was fighting with Madison Ivy. She got cashed in on by Danny, which led to her feud with Danny in year 4. An incredible feud to start off the year. She had an amazing moment there. And then she had another great feud with Christina May, and then proceeded to go on and turn face to side with Kat Easley and Yumiko Lee. That's the reason she's at number 58. She just seems to always be relevant. But number 57, oh my god, I want to see her come back and win so many titles. Sadie Blood.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The little old lady that's not really that old. She's like 200 years old, but in recent years that's like 30 or something. I don't know. Anyway, point is, Sadie Blood, 3 Match of the Year candidates under her belt, all with Natalie Hannah, mind you, back in year 2. And a 208-day clean streak under her belt. I'm just gonna say right now, she should have been Velocity Women's Champion. I'm saying it. I don't care. I ain't taking a bet. Little Miss Sadie Blood should have been Velocity Champion.
I want Hody. I want Hody to it.
You know, anyway, oh god, number 56, Big Joe jump scare. Former United States champion back in the day. He's a gold tag team champion on top of it with Adrian Lee. My god, Big Joe is kind of in the same boat as Thorsten for me, where he really could just break apart and be a big star on his own. He just got to take that step, just like I was talking about with Thorsten. He just has more accolades to prove it, and he's already been to that. He had a feud with Draven Tyrell, he had a feud with Braun Jacobs, he had a feud with Paul Mysterious, he had a feud with, I think, Benjamin Murray for a very short amount of time. So this guy was incredible. I want to see more from him. I want to see more from the Warriors of Odin, period. Number 55. When you talk about his historic wrestlers down in Velocity, someone to set the tone for to take over Women's Championship. It was never Shannon Rhodes. It was never Alice Graves. It was never Angelica Lopez. It was Mel Young that set the precedent for what being a Velocity Takeover Women's Champion was. Twice in that reign, I believe they added up to like almost 200, 300 days, both reigns combined. 3 match of the year candidates under her belt. Mel Young was absolutely killing it in year 1 and year 2. Even a little bit in year 3. Number 54. How we feeling?
My name's Alex. I'm gonna kill gold digger. I just want it for the night.
To be honest, I won't judge it.
Number 54.
Maximus King. Yeah.
Higher than
Maximus King.
He did go down a little bit. Last year, Benjamin Ware was number 50. He's now number 54, due to, of course, not having any accolades in year 4. But he still maintains a pretty decent spot. He won the lottery Battle Royale back in year 3, which got him looking like this. He got a match of the year candidate under his belt by Cyanide, and of course, the story that I talked about with Sarah Miller was a big part of it. Benjamin Murray kept himself. He keeps himself relevant.
Sarah Miller.
I feel like there's some underlying things. He probably did pay bro, and he just doesn't realize it. I don't know. Point is though, I was just gonna say he's kept himself relevant. That's for sure. I'm not gonna talk about the song, but he's kept himself relevant. That's what we gotta appreciate here. Somehow he's doing it. I don't know how. Number 53 on the all-time rankings list. Formerly a member of Insanity, alongside Ian Yole, Ace, and Alice Graves, it is Max Martin, former Velocity champion in his own right. And back in year 1, he had a little mini feud with Kai towards the end of the year. You almost thought he had the championship won on multiple occasions, which he did. Of course, obviously didn't end up that way, but Max Martin, so close to winning that Velocity Championship. But come year 2, he was able to do so, crowning himself Velocity Champion, aligning himself with Ian Yole, creating that faction of Insanity, before eventually being one of the people to kill him. Turning face and obviously feuding with Franco Nash for the better part of year 4, towards the end of it, at least. And it was another good feud. Sadly, his leg got broken, so he's out with an injury right now. I'm sure he'll be back by year 5 time, but currently out with an injury. He's always had pretty decent matches, always had pretty decent feuds, and it's not that hard to get behind. But the only problem is I just need to see if he can live up to that legacy. If he can live up to that legacy of what he had before in year 2 and 3. Yeah, we're not going to talk about how he just jumped over the top rope. That's not important.
Yeah.
Number 52 on the all-time ranking. You talk about Max Martin, let's talk about Ace. Same group Insanity. Former Velocity Takeover Men's Champion. He defeated Ryan Yakoji, doing that in the middle of year 2, and proceeded to hold that championship before losing it to Matthew Cage near the end of year 3. A match of the year candidate under his belt that just so happened to be with Matthew Cage in that same match, and it was fantastic. Props to him for that. A lot of really good feuds as well. I was just gonna say, he also had a feud with Ian Yole, and it ended up culminating in a steel cage match. It was almost like O'Reilly versus Adam Cole at the time, and yeah, it got him the win. He climbed the cage and escaped out of it. It didn't count towards the clean streak because he didn't pin or submit him, but he still beat him, and that's all that matters. Number 51. Don't buy. Oh God. It is Ayla Quinn, formerly known as Ayla. I don't know.
You want that kid say?
You can say whatever you want.
Ayla Quinn, I'm trying to change it to Ayla Johnson, though. Hey, yeah, that's my girl. Shut up.
Get out! Get out! Leave! Get out of here! Oh, we're talking no more. Leave! Leave! Now, leave the call. Go! Leave the call.
Alright. Okay. Yeah. Bye, guys.
No. Bye. Anyway, one-time Heritage Champion in her own right. She defeated Nyla at the Royal Rumble. Nyla eventually obviously ended up winning a match, but she's been an incredible storyteller, especially through year 3. Her feud with the Seven Saints, she's got a match with the candidate under her belt with that. One with Nyla as well. Always been an amazing storyteller. Shut the fuck up! You're right, but shut up! But yeah, incredible storyteller, like I said. I am excited to see what happens starting next year for Ayla. Number 50. Look at those accolades for being at number 50, man. Holy shit. Max Armstrong arrived. Former global champion. The reason he does not rank higher with all those accolades, his global championship reign, he did not have a single title defense. So, he relinquished the title. So, you know, you can't, that almost doesn't really count. It's close, you know, he still won the championship but never defended it. Then you got the Mixed Match Challenge winner. You got 3 Match of the Year candidates under his belt. You got a Havoc champion and a Havoc North American champion when he was originally down there. I won't lie.
May I say that he's a Hall of Fame fumbler, dog.
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, fumbled Kat and Kiara? Oh, hell nah, bro. I don't know how bro did that. Bo should be demoted to number 100 just for that. But, no, in all seriousness, coming in year 5, I expect Max Armstrong to do amazing things, as he deserves, bro. What a fucking talent we have in our hands. For number 49, it is going to be the Beast / the Black Mantis, formerly known back in year 1 and year 2. Former Intercontinental Champion. He really set the scene for what it meant to be an Intercontinental Champion before Ian Yo continued that and truly brought it to another level. A Match of the Year candidate under his belt that just so happened to be with Ian Yo, of course. And a 378-day clean streak under his belt. He is a legend in the business. If he wasn't a fucking dickhead. Number 48 on the all-time rankings list. Let's throw in Warhawk. Daniel Carter.
Cut it off.
I'll tell you right now.
Bloodline.
It's not even a bloodline. But yeah, Warhawk. I'll tell you right now, this guy, he's a Heritage Champion currently. He's got a Men's Tag Team Championship under his belt. That was with Noah Johnson and Doom. I'm gonna tell you right now, if this guy does not continue to do amazing things in year 5, I will fire him personally. I'm just gonna tell you that. There will be no mercy. This guy has one of the most insane potentials in the men's division. If he does not continue this, like, if I don't see him winning a world championship by like year 7 or year 8 or year 9 or something, I'm genuinely going to kill myself. I did not mean that. I'm not Ayla.
Okay, buddy.
Number 47. Sure. Number 47 on the all-time rankings list, Mateo Lopez. I'll tell you, this guy could have been a lot higher.
Look, it's Carlito.
That is not Carlito. I was gonna say this guy could be a lot higher on the list. Should he have not gone released at the end of year 3? Former United States champion, or 2-time actually. He won a men's tag team championship alongside Paul Mysterio. He was a part of the Final Stand back in the day. This guy literally had it all. He had everything laid out on a silver platter for him. Then he fucking got released. God damn it, man.
Go on.
Like, what the hell happened? He got buried by Igor Volkov, and he proceeded to try and regain his legacy by reforming with Bobby Kennedy, turning heel, just to get released. I am sad. Mateo, come back. Join the Ascension, man, or something. Like, join your sister, bro.
Did he get his ass beat by Paul in one match too? Before he left?
He had a match. We didn't get an ass like B. He put up a really good performance, but he did lose to Paul, yeah, for the Universal Championship. That was a cool feud back in year 3. I actually enjoyed that feud. Former tag team champions, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Paul kind of left him behind. It was sad, but it didn't really justify anything. But number 46, Killshot arrived. He is a former Heritage Champion, and this guy had an incredible story back in almost his entire career. The mistreatment at the end of year 1 and the beginning of year 2 in a feud with Braun Jacob, the battery from the crowd, and then of course turning heel. Feeling like he had to turn heel. The incredible story with Max Armstrong finally bringing this guy out back to light, bringing him into the light, and actually giving him a second chance. And he took that second chance, he ran with it, winning the Heritage Championship before eventually losing it to Warhawk. But not really much of a better person to lose it to than Warhawk, I'm gonna be honest. I want to see more from him now that he finally solidified himself in that mid-card area. Number 45, Marco Zamora.
This motherfucking smart ass.
I'm gonna let you talk about him for a second. You know what? You got this for a second. I need to go. I got something in my eye. You got this shit, boy. You got this.
Alright, so Marco Zamora. This guy, what I say, anytime we can ever see this guy in the ring, he's very annoying, he's very cocky. Not only that, he's a part of the EOD and just his little underlying story as well. I don't know much to say about him, but he is a very smart guy. Number 44 though, Logan Freeman. The person that got recently taken out due to the crossfire with Franco, Nash, and Smile. Sadly enough, he's out for a while, but he has a whole bunch of amazing matches. One takeover men's championship under his belt, and a few other match of the year candidates, including damn. You good?
I'm bad. Yeah, I'm good. My bad. Logan Freeman, number 44. Yeah, like you were saying, takeover men's champion. 3-time match of the year candidate. Dude had an incredible feud with Akuma, with Buttcrack in year 3. And then continued with Dallas Dalton in year. This guy has not had a bad feud. Like, honestly.
Yep.
I love that about him. I want to see what he got in year 5. This guy has incredible potential. He sadly is injured. He won the TakeOver Men's Championship off of Matthew Cade with the endorsement of Ryan Yakuza, one of the greatest of all time in his own right. And he really could have had everything if it wasn't for Franco Nash. I expect this guy to come back with an absolute fire. I want to see this. I want to see this man like defeat Rafael Draco, bro, or something. Maybe that's a little extreme.
It's possible.
We ball, whatever. Number 4. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil, quite literally.
Little fucking nerd.
Franco Nash. But the Velocity Women's Champion, that's not right. The Velocity Men's Champion. Oh man, I'm gonna get this.
I mean, it fits him. He's such a bitch.
That's misogynistic. Franco Nash at number 43. He's the Velocity Men's Champion. And I will tell you, this guy ranks so high. He's only had a year in this company, but he has done absolutely revolutionary things for himself. I mean, he's injured Akuma, he's injured Logan Freeman, he's injured Max Martin, he's injured Kai. He's had a feud with he's had a match with Ian Yole that he almost won. This guy is absolutely insane. He's gonna be like one of the pillars of Velocity going forward in the next couple of years, and that terrifies me seeing what he's been doing so far. His alliance with Eriko and Mariko and all that. Oh, brother. Number 42 though, Lila Kim, former United States champion back in year 3, heading into year 4. You got the 2-time match of the year candidate under her list, one with June Crable at year 3, one with Janty Carter in year 4, both at WrestleMania. She has basically missed WrestleMania with the United States Championship or something, man, I'll tell you that. And it's funny, because she was shooting for that United States Championship for about a year and a half.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's funny enough. Every single time she's involved with the United States, female United States Championship, she always either have to fight for it or defend it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And she's currently 1-on-1. She's 1-1 at the moment when it comes down to that story.
I don't know. I wonder if that'll continue heading into year 5. But moving on to number 41. Let's move on to the Mystic. If you want to get kind of better with Janty Carter. It may not be Janty Carter, it's Travis and Sean Carter, but Janty has some sort of alliance here, as you can see, back in year 3. But 2-time men's tag team champion in their own right. They were incredible as tag team champions back in year 3, and once again in year 4. They won the tag team championships in year 3 at WrestleMania. They lost them, then they won them back at year 4 at they won them at year 2 at WrestleMania, then they won them back at year 3 at WrestleMania, and they ended up losing them at year 4 to TPC. They had a 236 at WrestleMania, yeah. They had a 236-day clean streak under their belt. They're 2 members of the Empire of the Elite, and I'm sure they're going to be a staple tag team for the next couple of years. What I really wonder about, though, is if they're going to become 3-time tag team champions with the amount of star power we have now. We're talking, TTG now the champions. They're talking the rising teams of the Showmen, the Agency. There are a lot of teams that are really hungry for a tag team championship opportunity. I just wonder if the Misfits are going to be able to find their stride again.
Not only that, we got people coming up from Havoc too.
I'm sure there'll be some Havoc people coming up. There's a lot of teams that are going to be competing for the gold, and it worries me to wonder if the Misfits are going to recapture that glory. I think there's a chance. I don't know. It all depends on what goes down with the Empire. At number 40, though, Jacob Casanova, the last of the Casanova family to appear on this list. He is a two-time Universal Champion, both of those Universal Championship wins coming in year 1. Once at the title draft, once again at WrestleMania year 1. Before eventually losing to Kai, he had a Diamond Tag Team Championship under his belt with Isaiah Draco back in the day. He won the mixed match challenge with Joey Bowen. He's got a match of the year candidate under his belt with Paul Mysterio at the beginning of year 2 at Money in the Bank for the Universal Championship. You want to know how I remember that? I don't know.
Nice.
He had a really nice feud with the Beast though. At the end of year 2 and all of year 3, Guy was absolutely killing it alongside Joey Bowen. And of course in year 4, looking to find that side again. He's still looking to do so, and I'm hoping year 5 could be the year for Jacob Casanova and Joey Bowen, not just as a team, but as single stars. But here we go. Why don't we start off with this trend, man? You know, you basically know who the next couple of people are gonna be. Kick it off with 13XD Ava. 214-day clean streak under her belt, and a 2-time Haddock Tag Team Champion. One of the most dangerous members physically.
Until she lost to Ayla, my girl, yes sir. But like you said, she is a credible competitor. If I can tell you about 13XD from each person, she is definitely one of the most precise, well, most likely strongest people out of the whole group.
She's like the Jacob Fatu of 13XD. I don't know why. That's what she reminds me of. Well, I need to see her book more like that, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. The 13XD Ava, I expect to see amazing things coming in year. I expect to see Group B really gonna shine. They haven't really gotten a chance to shine yet. I expect that to come next year. But number 38, it is going to be 13XD Ada. She has a couple more accolades due to, of course, having a tag team championship opportunities, multiple, back in year 3 and 4. She comes in at number 38, a women's tag team championship under her belt, alongside her partner Ali, who we'll get to in just a moment. Of course, feuding with the Suicide Rise for a lot of the time, and defeating almost every tag team there is to defeat. She had a Havoc Tag Team Championship reign under her belt as well before losing at the prime time. At the time, no pun intended. 3 matches of the candidate under her belt. I believe one of them was with the Seventh Sanctum, and then 2 of them were with the Suicide Ride. And a 332-day clean streak under her belt as well. Just shows you how absolutely dominant they were.
Yep. Fun fact, she is actually one of the highest percentage women wrestlers at the moment. With her wins.
Yeah, I think she is. I think she's like an 86%. It's probably not 80. She's probably not the highest anymore. Maybe she still is. I don't know. But yeah, at the time she was, which is kind of insane. But props to her for that. It just shows you how incredibly dominant 13XD is. But at number 30,
at least she's not called Lolo anymore.
Oh God, don't even bring that up. 13XD Ali in the same boat, a women's tag team championship, a Havoc tag team championship, 3-time match of the year candidate, and a 332-day clean streak, just like Ada. The only reason she ranks higher is because of that absolutely insane offense she has. She's like the Solo Sikoa of the 13XD. Ada's like the Tamatanga. You got Ava as the Jacob Fatu. You got Ali as the Solo Sikoa. I guess if you had to rank them. And I'll tell you right now, I need to see more from Ali as a single star. Like, I know that's probably not going to happen, but dude, if you've seen her singles matches, holy shit, dude.
Beautiful matches. If you want to see a strong person go at it.
She gets bloody, bro. But number 36 to end off the round of 13XD individuals, it's going to be 13XD Ani, the second in command, right behind 13XD Alpha. A 2-time Havoc Tag Team Champion alongside Ava, and a 210-day clean streak. So many incredible matches. Had a little mini feud with Kagetsu as well towards the end of the year, helping out Alpha Gracie Lewis at the time. I will tell you, it doesn't get more dangerous than this, and I expect her to do an incredible thing, not just as a team, but as a single star heading into the future. I mean, you've seen in the future showcase, she looks like a fucking $1,000,000. She's a world championship material. I'm just waiting for that to materialize, in complete honesty here.
Same here. She looks hella good. I just want to see her do hella good in the ring too.
she had. I was gonna say, I want to know, what are the chances of her winning a world championship one day? They gotta be high. But
Yep.
35, Shannon Rose pops in. She had a debut at the middle of towards the end of year 3 in a feud with Alex Graves and Rachel Stone, and then ended up very good as she won the Havoc Money in the Bank contract, cashed it in to win the TakeOver Women's Championship. One of the smarter competitors on the Raw City roster, considering she cashed it in after she lost, of course, by cheating. But you know, she lost the match and she said, "Fuck it, let me cash in." Oh shit! And it obviously got her the championship.
I called it.
You did call it. She also was on Hannah. She was the North American champion back in the day for a little while. So good on her, for sure. Shannon Rose.
Yep.
Held that title for about a year. Yeah, and she held it for about a year before losing it to Keely Judoshi. And a lot of great matches alongside, you know, Carly Pham, Katie Bell, Keely Judoshi again at one point, I'm pretty sure. So Shannon Rose, amazing competitor. I want to see more. That's why she comes at number 35. Number 34. Mayu Iwatani arrives. One of the few outside talents. We talked about AJ Lee. We talked about CM Punk. Got to talk about the baby. We talk about Mayu Iwatani now. A Royal Rumble winner. The first Royal Rumble winner to appear on this list, mind you. A WrestleMania main eventer. That was with Kagetsu at year 3, night 4. And a 2-time match of the year candidate. Both with Kagetsu, of course, at SummerSlam and at that same WrestleMania I just talked about. I need to see Mayu return and do more. I am so serious. Like, I want to see her be a full-time talent. Could you imagine some of the matchups we could get? Cat Easley versus Mayu, sure, Danny versus Mayu, Gracie versus Mayu. Oh my god. Katie versus Mayu. Oh my god.
Fuck it. Run it back with to get to for the one time again.
Yeah, why not? But number 33, Deante Carter, another member of the Empire of the Elite, the current United States champion, defeating Lila Kim at SummerSlam and defending it against her at WrestleMania that same year. 3 match of the year candidates under her belt. 1 with Lila Kim, 1 with Christina May at Money in the Bank, being another one. 2 incredible matches in her own right. I gotta tell you though, when Deante Carter continued this trend, when she really had a run with this United States Championship, I think she's already, I think this right now, she's ready for a world championship. Like, let's just be honest here. Presentation-wise, theme song, entrance, gear, look, just anything, personality, it all clicked. The only thing she needs is this reign as United States champion, and she is going to be a world champion. I guarantee you one day. Not to mention, she also has a North American Championship under her belt and had an amazing match with Danielle Garcia for the Intergalactic Championship in tribute to Adrian Lee on week 1 a year 4. You can never forget that match. I'll tell you that. Makes you wonder what would have happened if she won that match.
Never can forget it. Hey, we'll never know.
That's alright. You know, she could be Intergalactic champion one day. Also with that feud with Gracie Lewis, another amazing mini feud in the middle of the year. But she just has constant good feuds and matches, man. I fucking love this girl.
Yep.
Number 32, Alex Graves. You talked about 13XT earlier. Now it's time to talk about the Suicide Ride. One half of that being Alex Graves. Now I'll tell you, the Suicide Ride alone are not all-time greater than 13XT, bro. If we're talking about individuals, she's done more than just being the Suicide Ride. She was in Insanity. She was a TakeOver Women's Champion back in Insanity. 2 matches candidates under her belt, both of those being with 13XT alongside Rachel Stone. And of course, the Women's Tag Team Championship, which she won alongside Rachel, and defeating 13XT. One of the most entertaining.
Not only that. Yep. Not only that, she's an incredible threat when she was back in Insanity.
Yeah,
too.
right? Isn't that funny? But yeah, and on part of that, alongside that, we have Rachel Stone, her tag team partner, a United States champion back in year 2. A women's tag team championship under her belt as well, and 2 match of the year candidates in the same way. Not only is this team versatile in terms of their skill, they are amazing in terms of chemistry, in terms of matchups, but they're also just so fucking funny and heartwarming. That's why they ranked this tag team of the year, because they're so versatile. They're not like 13XT where they're not a one-trick pony. 13XT is not a one-trick pony, but in the sense that, like, they can be anything. They can be serious, they can be comedic, they can be heartwarming, they can be sad, they can be anything they want, and it works.
Yep.
But number 30 on this list, we're getting closer to the top of this list, and starting off the top 30, it is Matthew Cage, the little gremlin guy, little gremlin Canadian bitch himself, like he said. He's a two-time
Fucking selling my parlay, man. Get your dumb ass to the ring.
Takeover Men's Champion. Won it against Ace and then won it again at WrestleMania main event alongside Ian Yo and Butcher with a triple threat match. 4 Match of the Year candidate under his belt. The most Match of the Year candidates so far in this list. Absolutely killing it. He had it against Ace. Once in that match against Butch. Once against that match in Yokozu. Another one with Ian and Bad Blood. Crazy shit from Matthew Cage. Love to see it. But moving on to the next one, you gotta talk about Robbie Xanadu here, man. Wow. Now, Robbie Xanadu, he has a rich history. Part of that being in the final stand alongside his Gold Tag Team Championship reign with Kyle Casanova, and he had a Global Championship reign as well. Winning it in a ladder match against Mateo Lopez, Adrian Lee, Kyle Casanova, all that. I think it was like a final stand ladder match. Maybe it was a triple threat actually, not with Adrian Lee. But ended up getting the Global Championship, and he eventually lost to Adrian Lee at SummerSlam. Incredible feud with Adrian, left a legacy behind him. He also main evented at WrestleMania, winning the okay, I have a question. Why is it also that I keep forgetting last year I forgot to put the Gold Tag Team Championship accolade on Robbie. This time I forgot to give him the Money in the Bank accolade. He also won Money in the Bank in year 1. I always forget one thing from the guy. I'm so sorry, Robbie. But yeah, also a Money in the Bank winner, which got on the main event of WrestleMania when he tried to cash in on Isaiah Draco. And a Match of the Year candidate under his belt as well. Robbie Xanadu now.
Also, he's a good Velocity GM.
I was gonna say, he also recently debuted as the new Velocity GM as Adler got fired and he took his place. Fucking Anarchist and driving his ass to the ground with Ian Yo. He played a big part in Butch winning the Intercontinental Championship at year 4 of WrestleMania and that whole story. So props to him for finally turning face. He may not be the best person at heart, but sometimes it doesn't always matter. Because you know what we call that? We call that an anti-hero. We call that an anarchist. Number 28. It is going to be Thunderbolt Kai. Former Universal Champion. A former men's Velocity Champion. He really set the standard for what it meant to be a Velocity Champion. And also 3 Match of the Year candidates under his belt. Okay, a couple with Echo are the biggest parts coming out of that, for sure. He really kind of set the standard, as I talked about earlier with Echo and that whole feud that he had. Really understanding, like, damn, this guy's kind of the shit. He relinquished the Velocity Championship. He never lost it. He relinquished it to go up to Chaos, and he won the Universal Championship off of Jacob Casanova. Had an amazing feud with Paul Mysterious, and while it did go downhill from there, he always was able to keep a fairly relevant spot. I wonder what that's going to happen going into year 5 for Kai. Now that he got injured with a broken neck by feuding with Franco Nash, I wonder if he's ever going to come back, or is this such a nagging, serious injury? I'm not entirely sure. We're yet to be kind of updated on that, but I suppose we will see sooner rather than later. We're number 27. We're talking about the guy that had to fight him in year 4. It is Akuma, former Velocity Champion. He lost it to Franco Nash fairly recently. Continue that that trend. 3 Match of the Year candidates under his belt as well. You talk about his match with Franco Nash, with Logan Freeman, with Butch. Absolutely incredible matches all around for Akuma. He had a 226-day clean streak as well. I will tell you, when it comes to the batch of people debuting in year 3, we're talking about Butch, we're talking about Logan, we're talking about Akuma. That trio right there is absolutely amazing. And Akuma, at the beginning of year 3, really said, holy shit, we are entering a new era of Velocity. Because it felt like something was missing after Kai left, after Echo left, after all those people left. But now that we had Akuma, Butch, and Logan, all that, Velocity is thriving again. And we have a better roster than ever before, even counting year 1.
Yep.
Coming in at number 26. Oh, you alright over there? Because Devin Lynn's on your screen.
First you take my name, and you do local horrible shit to other people.
A women's Velocity champion in her own right, and a Money in the Bank winner, 2-time Match of the Year. Now, I'm going to tell you, Devin Lynn last year used to be at number 54, and is now at number 26. What a, she might have been lower than 54, I don't remember, but what an incredible jump for Devin Lynn in 1 year, winning the Money in the Bank contract after that feud with AJ Lee, cashing in to beat Cat Easily, beating her again at WrestleMania with the debut of Akari. 2 Match of the Year candidates under her belt. Devin Lynn, one of the best breakout years of all time. And it's the same situation where not every match of hers has to be Match of the Year, but she does not have a bad match. And she had an incredible presentation alongside on top of it. Coming in at number 25, though, this is where things start to get really, really ramped up. You gotta go with Erico here. She won the National Championship at WrestleMania against Christina May with the help of the debuting Mariko, aligning herself with Franco Nash, revealing herself as the leader of Smiles. Yeah, Ayla Burton. 3 Match of the Year candidates under her belt as well. A Havoc Women's Championship. 5 of them on top of that. 3 North American Championship wins and 2 Havoc Money in the Bank wins. She is literally just Havoc. She is Havoc.
That's what I'm saying.
She had incredible performances in the Rumble too. No, hold on. Before you even say that, the Rumble and the World Tournament, well, she didn't win them. She was runner-up both times. She really didn't win because she fucked around both times. Well, Danny a little bit less, but the Nyla one, she really could have won the World Tournament. She looked like she had it won.
Man, he said...
Say your part.
Yeah. She's dating Akari too. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
It's not going well for the other people in the roster.
No, but number 24 happens to be the person that Erico actually feuded with for the majority of year 4. It's Angelica Lopez, a former Velocity Women's Champion, a former Velocity TakeOver Women's Champion as well, defeating Mel Young for the TakeOver Women's Championship, defeating Danny for the Women's Championship back in year 1. An incredible feud in that year, and of course turning face, defeating Ronda Rousey. Yes, you heard that right. And then going on to defeat Mel Young later that year, going into year 3, blah, 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 losing it to Alex Graves, joining the Ascension alongside her boyfriend Damien and her friend Kane with the whole Erica story. It was very, very good. It was very crazy. It's crazy, but 1 match to get candidate under her belt. Now, where she may not have all the accolades in the world, she is one of those people that doesn't need accolades to be absolutely memorable. She is one of the most recognizable people on the roster, without a doubt. And I think that's going to play a big part into her legacy.
Yep. And at least she's somewhat less traumatized from being kissed by another woman. But hey, speaking of kissing,
speaking of kissing women, it's the professional woman kisser. It's Nyla. 2-time Heritage Champion. Of course, defeating Ayla the 2nd time and defeating Yumiko Lee. She was the debut Heritage Women's Championship. She won it at champion at Survivor Series. She also won a World Tournament. She's the first person to appear on this list, winning a World Tournament. Number 23. 5 Match of the Year candidates. The most we've seen on this list so far yet. I believe tied with Matthew, I think, or something like that, or maybe 1 above Matthew, I don't know. But yeah, Nyla, 5 Match of the Year candidates, defeating Christina May and Erico in the World Tournament. That is insane. Devin Lynn as well, round 3, many fantastic matches. And of course, she also bagged Christina May. That is a huge accolade, the biggest one, arguably, on her list. Number 22, though, Keely Judoshi, a member of the Maverick University, former United States champion, current TakeOver Women's champion, defeating Shannon Rhodes at WrestleMania, and a 2-time Match of the Year candidate under her belt. Keely is the definition of what it means to revitalize yourself by joining a Maverick University. It is crazy because she really set the standard, like, damn, maybe the Maverick University isn't a joke, considering it just took Keely and made her a champion again. Keely was always good, but always lacked something, and that is what was regained when she joined the Maverick University. Had that feud with Shannon Rhodes and all that, and Katie Bell at one point as well during that year. Said I speak Japanese bitch or whatever. I don't know. It was funny, but yeah, Keely Judoshi heading into year 5 is going to be incredible. Has amazing matches. He has that great match with Christina May in the World Tournament as well. Don't forget about that. Number 21. Wow, what a fall off. Wow. He used to be number 10 on that list. He is now number 21. Wow, he went down quite a bit this year. Probably not really his fault. He won a Royal Rumble last year to go on to fight Rafael Draco. Was not successful. He's also noted as the greatest TakeOver Men's champion of all time. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon unless we get an amazing Maximus Kick or Logan Freeman one. And I really think if that's going to happen, it's going to be Logan Freeman, not Maximus Kick, to have that run. But 4 Match of the Year candidates under his belt as well. Ryan Ikozu, he's a legend, obviously. This guy always seems to be somewhere near the top of the card, no matter how it be. Whether it be on Velocity, whether it be on Chaos, whether it be winning Rumbles, whether it be feuding with Raphael, whether it be feuding with Matthew Cage. Doesn't matter. This guy can do it all. He's versatile. He's great, man. I want to see more from him. I really miss that prime Ryan Yokozuna from year 1, bro. Oh, man. And year 2. That shit was peak. You had to really be there to witness what Yokozuna was like, man. It was a spectacle, to say the least. But now cracking into our top 20. Madison Ivy starts us off. Former intergalactic champion. An amazing reign. I think it lasted like, what, 424 days or something like that? It was an insane reign. Chaos Women's Champion on top of that. A Universal Champion. A Women's Tag Team Champion alongside the Archangel. 3 Match of the Year candidates under her belt. Madison is a championship hogger, bro. My goodness. Madison is one of the only people to win almost every single world championship there was. The Universal Championship, which got turned into the, intergalactic one. The Chaos Women's Championship. And the only one she had that won is the National Championship. But still, but like, she's the World Championship material, bro. Damn, I want to see her do it again, as long as she's not a dickhead about it. Number 19, no. Isn't it hilarious to see this guy up here? Jack Maverick, the former Universal Champion back in year 1, defeating Jacob Casanova, before eventually losing it back to him by the end of the year. But still, Jack Maverick also a Diamond Tag Team Champion alongside Cole Price at the time. Also back in year 1. And peak, you could say, was in year 1. They also had the Match of the Year candidate. But the reason he ranked so high on this list at number 19, despite not having all the accolades in the world, isn't his championship win. It is his relevancy. It is his versatility as a character. It is his versatility as a person. The whole Metal University thing has been absolutely genius. And I believe he is in for great things. If you thought his peak was in year 1, you're wrong. Even though he didn't win a championship, his peak was in year 4. And it just keeps getting better and better every single year for Jack Maverick. And it's only an amount of time till he wins another championship. Number 18. Yeah, I'm just surprised to see them this high, but you really shouldn't be. Given her reputation, maybe so, but you gotta talk about year 1 through 3 Crables. Oh my god, they were legendary, and they still are. Nancy, a former Chaos Women's Champion, a Money in the Bank winner, a WrestleMania main eventer, and a Match of the Year candidate in her back pocket. The Crables are legendary, no doubt. And it's funny seeing the dates between Nancy and Brenda. Brenda coming in at number 79, and then you have Nancy here at number 18. I mean, that's what, 10, 20, 30, 40, I can't even count, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 61 spaces apart between these two Crables. That is insanity. But obviously it makes sense that they're this high. They are the Crables. Legendary for sure. Number 17, Igor Volkov has arrived. He was number 51 last year, and it's now number 17. What an absolutely legendary ride to the very top. And that was only done in 1 year. That was only 1 year for Igor Volkov. Think about what he could do with 2, maybe with 3. Like, this guy might be in the top 10 sooner rather than later. I'm not even going to hold you, man. A global champion, the current one, as a matter of fact, winning it earlier in year 4 and holding it, defeating many opponents like Jack Maverick, like Ian Yole in the grand finals, like Paul Mysterio, defeating Max Armstrong, defeating Griffin Maddox. The list just goes on and on and on with all the people he's beaten. Not to mention that while being the global champion, he won the entire freaking world tournament. That is insane. But props to him. Not to mention he had an amazing historic Royal Rumble performance. 10 eliminations, the most Royal Rumble elimination anybody has ever been able to get. He's had 4 Match of the Year candidates in 1 singular year. Ian Yo, Paul Mysterio, Max Armstrong being just 3 examples of that. Even Butch in the World Tournament too. What a year. Not to mention a 316-day ongoing clean streak. This guy is going places, man. Expect him top 10 next year. And now he's gonna yell at me because June Crable's one above him. But for good reason. 2-time Chaos Women's Champion, the United States Champion. 3 championship belt reigns under her waist. A Money in the Bank winner. A WrestleMania main eventer. And 2 Match of the Year candidates under her belt. One of them being Lila Kim at year 3's WrestleMania. June Crable. She has constantly been relevant with her sister Nancy, and of course Brenda Quable joining near the end of year 3. June Quable is legendary in every way possible. No matter whether you dislike her or like her, she is by far the best Quable. Well, not by far, but she is definitely the best Quable. That's without a doubt. And her accolades and stats prove it. She is always relevant. She's always doing something. Whether it be winning, whether it be losing, she always has a good story behind it. You talk about the story with Danny in year 3 alongside Nancy Quable as well. You got the Yumiko one in year 4 and year 1. Good shit from June Quable. But number 15, the revolutionary Adrian Lee has arrived. Formerly a Chaos Men's Champion, a Global Champion back in the day, and a Gold Tag Team Champion alongside it. Not to mention he also won Money in the Bank to try and cash it in. He was unsuccessful, but he still had it for a little while. There was a nice little Money in the Bank run, and also a Match of the Year candidate under his belt. Adrian Lee, we lost him way too soon because I guarantee you he would have been in top 10 as well. You can guarantee that he probably would have won a Rumble next year, maybe a World Tournament. He could have challenged Rafael Draco or something, I don't know. Adrian Lee was going places. He could have been a world champion very soon. I mean, I know he was before, but we're talking about his first world championship reign, and sadly, that did not come to fruition due to everything that happened with the Epitome of Darkness alongside Tiana Jacobs and all that. It is so incredibly sad, and we miss him so fucking much. But number 15, what a spot for Adrian Lee. Revolutionary. And number 14, ironically, is the Archangel. You talk about Adrian Lee, you talk about the Archangel, Haley Lewis. The two-time Intercontinental Champion. She was the inaugural one at the title draft before losing it to Christina May in the main event of WrestleMania Year 1, hence why she's a two-time WrestleMania main eventer, before losing it, or winning it back from Christina May at Money in the Bank, breaking her neck. Christina returning, feuding with her one more time in Year 3, for a Night 1 WrestleMania main event once again, to bring her to a two-time WrestleMania main eventer. Not to mention also having a Women's Tag Team Championship run on top of it with Madison Ivy, lost to the Punk Rock one at Year 2 WrestleMania, with 6 Match of the Year candidates under her belt, the most by anybody on this list so far. 3 of those or something being with Christina May. You had one with Paige Branson. You probably had one. I mean, I can't even remember. Dude, she just had so many. It's incredible. Whether you hate her or not, I mean, I'm sure we all do. We know the story with Haley Lewis and all. It's a little complicated. We're not going to be getting into all that in this video, but for sure, Archangel, one of the most recognizable stars on the roster. And while she was not anywhere in Year 4. She got released from the company due to what happened with Adrian Lee, and despite not being with the company anymore, despite not wrestling once in Year 4, she still gets here at number 14. Imagine if she was able to wrestle in Year 4. She would have been even higher. Not to mention the end of WrestleMania 2 with Gracie Lewis and Danielle Garcia. It tells you anything, the Archangel is constantly at the forefront. Number 13 is going to be Isaiah Draco. He really could have been higher if he didn't fall into the grasp of Raphael, man. A two-time Chaos Men's Champion, defeating Eli Frost in the main event of Year 1 WrestleMania, one of his 2, before losing it to Eli Frost, before winning it back from Eli Frost at Hell in a Cell, two-time Chaos Men's Champion, before losing it to Raphael in the main event of WrestleMania Year 2. He also has a two-time Diamond Tag Team Champion, one of them being with Raphael, and the other being with one of his friends, Jacob Casanova, back in the day. Not to mention also winning the Royal Rumble to challenge Eli Frost back in Year 1, and 4 Match of the Year candidates under his belt, Raphael Draco being one of them, Eli Frost being another. You had the one with Igor Volkov, Isaiah Draco, incredible competitor. I just want to see him thrive again, man. I miss the old Isaiah. But number 12, you talk about Isaiah, you got to talk about his former arch nemesis. You talk about the Joker to his Batman, the Batman to his Joker. It is Bond Jacobs. A two-time Heritage Champion, 392-day clean streak, and 1 Match of the Year candidate under his belt. While he may not have all the accolades in the world, that doesn't matter because it is Bond Jacobs, man. What more do you need to say? He is one of them guys that doesn't need to have accolades to prove how legendary he is. He just has to be there, and you feel his presence. That is the amount of aura, and I don't usually use that word because I fucking hate the word aura. But that is the amount of aura he brings to this company, to this ring, dare I say. Bond Jacobs, He lost at WrestleMania to Raphael, as he should not have. He should be a Chaos Men's Champion right now. It just tells you how much more this guy could have and should have done, and maybe year 5 will be the time for Bond Jacobs. Number 11, I bet a lot of you are shocked she is not in the top 10, and to be honest, I'm quite shocked myself, but I guarantee you very, very soon you will see Cat Easley in the top 10. Look at those accolades. A Velocity Women's Champion, a WrestleMania main eventer with Nevaeh Lee Hanna, being the first person to ever beat Nevaeh Lee Hanna to end her reign of terror in that 430 days, like 434, something like that, championship reign or clean streak, whatever. It was absolutely insane. Cat Easley did it all by herself. She was the finish. She was the end of the story for that whole entire thing. She was the legend of year 3 Velocity, heading into year 4 as well. 8 match of the year candidates under her belt. Can you believe that? A mixed match challenge winner, the year 1 WrestleMania Battle Royale winner, 240-day clean streak under her belt. Easily is absolutely legendary. She deserves to be in the top 10. And soon she will be, don't you worry. You talk about the person she beat though, created a little bit more of a legacy due to that championship reign and clean streak that I just talked about. A 416-day clean streak. And I believe like a 350 or 370-day championship reign, something like that. Absolutely insane. And she won up there with 9 Match of the Year candidates, taking the lead for the most Match of the Year candidates. A WrestleMania main eventer and of course the Velocity Women's Championship we just talked about. She rounds out the start of the top 10 greatest of all time at the third. Nevaeh, absolutely legendary. A lot of great matches. You talk about her matches with Cat Easley. I think she had like 3 Match of the Year candidates with Cat Easley back to back to back. One with Katie Bell, one with Sadie Blood, one with Danielle Garcia, one with Kagetsu. Like, Nevaeh Lee Hanna just over and over keeps delivering amazing performances, career-making performances, over and over again. I absolutely love what Nevaeh brings to the table. Now joining the Empire of the Elite. I wonder what's next for her. But number 9, the 2-time Intercontinental Champion and the World Tournament winner, a 2-time WrestleMania main eventer, Butch is here. He originally won it at the main event of year 3, Night 2 WrestleMania, and that triple threat match against Matthew and Ian Yo to become an Intercontinental Champion. Sadly, he lost it back to the cash-in with ads of bullshit, and he won it back at year 4, Night 2 WrestleMania main event in a one-on-one match against Ian Yo, becoming a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. One of the greatest stories of the year. He won the World Tournament in year 3, hitting Rafael Draco during that tournament, mind you. 7 Match of the Year candidates under his belt in only 2 years, mind you, and a 252-day clean streak. Not to mention his feud with Takuma and Logan towards the beginning of year 3, man. This man Butch just does not know when to not be a fucking star. In only 2 years, he comes in at number 9. That is absolutely insane. One of the most somebody's ever scored. I think Butch like last year was like number 22 or 23 or something like that. I don't know. But he climbed up the rankings so incredibly fast, and he deserves it, man. What a year for Butch. Number 8. Mentioned him a moment ago throughout most of this all-time rankings list, because a lot of things seem to tie back into Rafael Draco, whether it be the Empire of the Elite, which he's the leader of, whether it be his feud with Butch and whatnot. Justice, it doesn't matter. Rafael Draco seems to always be at the forefront of it. A one-time Chaos Men's Champion, an Intercontinental Champion back in the day, a Diamond Tag Team Champion alongside his brother, a WrestleMania main eventer alongside his brother, with 5 Match of the Year candidates, and an ongoing 344-plus day clean streak. What an insane amount of accolades for Rafael Draco, which shows you why he ranks so high. Also to mention that he's the leader of the Empire, like I just said. A group with so many members, I think it's like what, 8 members now? You got Rafael Draco, Isaiah Draco, Travis Carter, Sean Carter, Jayanti Carter, Joyce Carter, Daniel Carter, and now Nevaeh Lee Hanna joining the team. And possibly you have another guy, Elijah Carter, who may be joining soon as the 9th member. Hell no that it's going to be a 10th, an 11th, a 12th. This family is so big now that Nevaeh's joining. You could have Kari Hunter. You could have Amy Eternity. You could have Scott Hunter. Like, it just keeps on going. I don't know how big this group is going to get, but it seems to be bigger and bigger every single year. It is by far the most stacked group, the most stacked faction in PCW history, and it's led by Rafael Draco, the Chaos Men's champion that nobody can seem to be. Not even Yakozu, who won the Rumble. Not even Paul Jacobs, who pinned him in the Survivor Series War Games match, with Bailey Hannah screwing him over at the end. Not even Paul Mysterious in year 4. Not even Eli Frost in year 3. Not even his own brother in year 2. No matter what it is, whether he's got people behind him, whether he's all alone, nobody can seem to stop him. The power all behind him, due to the empire of the elite and his own skill. The first man to ever kick out of the Fireborn Cutter. He did it at year 3's Money in the Bank. Eli Frost's finisher. Only 2 men have ever kicked out of that move. It's Rafael Draco at the time and then Paul Mysterious recently at WrestleMania. This man, Rafael, just does not know when to give up. And maybe that's for the better, because look at the accolades he has gathered in his career.
If you think about running with that, then you
Coming in at number 7, Christina May joins the scene. You could have had her a little bit higher, and I think soon enough she will be if she continues to rack up those accolades. If she did not get her neck broken, who knows, she might have been in the top 5. But of course with the broken neck, sadly not. But that was enough to get her an insane legacy. A national champion, a former intercontinental champion, 2-time WrestleMania main eventer, and 7 Match of the Year candidates under her belt in a short amount of time that she's really been able to put on this Match of the Year candidate. Hell knows if I can remember. I know 2 or 3 of them was with the Archangel. You had one with Nyla. You had one with Erico. You had one with J.N.T. Carter. Like, my God, man, Christina May is just the definition of a workhorse. And I'm so sad her reign ended. It really should not have. And Madison Ivy as well, that was another amazing match. It really set the tone. Like, she single-handedly set the tone for year 4. And it lived up to it, all due to Christina May's amazing performance at Super Showdown against Madison Ivy. And of course, main eventing WrestleMania, both times with the Archangel, like I talked about earlier, with the Intercontinental Championship on the line, with no title on the line. Christina May, man, I want to see her in the top 5 very soon. And I think she has the potential to be. Play that motherfucking fight song, because you deserve to be at the very top. And soon enough, she'll be even higher. And she's still high enough coming in at number 7, I'll tell you what. We're coming in at number 6 now. Eli Frost is the one. He was number 2 last year. He's now number 6, surprisingly. This may come as a surprise, but when you see who the top 5 are, you'll understand. A 3-time Chaos Men's Champion, a Universal Champion, an Intercontinental Champion, 5 championships under his waist on the main roster, and I believe that's the most out of anybody combined. He's also a WrestleMania main eventer. He did that with Isaiah Draco in year 1, as I talked about. He got 6 Match of the Year candidates under his list, and he had a 294-day clean streak. This guy just is a fucking championship-aholic. And deservingly so. A lot of the amazing stories. The one with Paul Mysterious being a prime one. Raphael in year 3. Isaiah in year 1 and 2. Eli Frost just constantly is in the limelight. Whether it be with Adrian Lee as well. It doesn't matter. Eli Frost is one of the greatest of all time. But he was beaten by the man who comes in at number 5. And look at those accolades. That may tell you why right off the bat. A 2-time Universal Champion, formerly a men's tag team champion alongside Mateo Lopez. He won the Royal Rumble 2 times, the only person in PCW history who won 2 Royal Rumble matches. He also won the first and only King of the Ring tournament we've had, which of course got replaced by the World Tournament, so you can almost say he won the World Tournament, sorta. He got 6 Match of the Year candidates under his belt and a 202-day clean streak to his name. Incredible stories all around. You talk about the one with Kai in year 2. You talk about the one with Raphael at the beginning of year 4. Jack Maverick is our nemesis. And of course, most notably, the one with Eli Frost through year 3 and 4. About a year and a half feud, and it was so worth it with the stories we got. The amazing matches with Eli Frost, with Igor Volkov. His performance in the World Tournament with broken rib. He was 3rd place in the World Tournament, and he had fractured ribs the whole time due to Rafael Draco. Paul Mysterious finally making his way into the top 5 greatest of all time as he deserves. But number 4, oh Lord, the accolades are taking up the screen as we enter our top 4 greatest of all time. Daniel Garcia. 1-time intergalactic champion. a 2-time Velocity Women's Champion, a United States Champion, a Money in the Bank winner, a World Tournament winner, a Royal Rumble winner, a 1-time WrestleMania main eventer, a 7-time Match of the Year candidate with a 284-day clean streak. Did you get all that? Probably not. Holy hell. Of course, starting out a career with an amazing feud with Angelica Lopez, winning that Velocity Women's Championship, losing it to her, and winning it back in that loser-leave match. That, of course, prompted her to lose it to Bayley. Hannah go to Chaos to win the Money in the Bank contract and the United States Championship in the same year, cash it in to become Intergalactic Champion. Have an amazing reign with the greatest rivalry of all time. She had the greatest match of all time with Gracie Lewis at WrestleMania. Both of those are almost damn near factual. And of course, she won the Rumble to get there. She won the World Tournament in year 3. She had 7 Match of the Year candidates, a 284-day clean streak, as I said. Legendary shit from Danielle Garcia. And I hope this is not the end of her career, because I want to see what happens. She could be in top 3 very soon. But of course, our top 3 begins with Gracie Lewis, her best friend, the woman that she made event at WrestleMania with Danielle Garcia. And look at those stats. A former the current Intergalactic Champion, a former Chaos Women's Champion, a former TakeOver Women's Champion, a former Havoc Women's Champion, a Royal Rumble winner, a 3-time WrestleMania main eventer, 9 Match of the Year candidate, and a 324-day clean streak. Gracie Lewis, also the Night Owl, formerly. There's not even enough shit I can fit this in here, but you gotta know why. Gracie Lewis deserves this spot. What an amazing set of years for Lewis. Whether you love her, whether you hate her, it doesn't matter. She absolutely deserves this spot with the work she's been putting in, with the story she's been putting in. She has been one of the most entertaining and versatile acts in PCW history. But number 2, so close to back-to-back years as number 1. You might have thought he could do it again, but not this time. Formerly the greatest of all time, he won last year, the number 1 greatest of all time. Now the number 2. Ian Yo, a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, a TakeOver Men's Champion, a Money in the Bank winner, a WrestleMania main eventer twice, 8 Match of the Year candidates, and the longest clean streak of all time in PCW, 650 days. He had an amazing World Tournament performance. He was the runner-up in the World Tournament, 2nd place. He was also 2nd place in the Royal Rumble. So you can almost count those as wins too, man. So close. That's why he comes in at number 2. You saw it last year, you see it again this year. Ian Yo, what an absolute menace. You could have made an argument for him to be number 1 again, truthfully, but that wouldn't fit the story, would it? Whole point is to knock him off his pedestal. You did that, you put him at number 2. You could have put him below Gracie and Danny too if you wanted, but for now, that's not the case. But number 1, it is Brick. You had to accept it, right? I mean, look at his fucking accolades. You had to do the moment this guy stepped into the company that he was going to be nothing. It's not Brick. It's not Brick. Look, I like fucking around with y'all. It was Cha-Cha last year, Brick this year. You know, keep the trend going. Let's actually get to our real number 1, shall we? A real number 1, greatest of all time. I wonder if you could predict this. The Prime Minister, the final boss, Kagetsu, takes the number 1 spot as the greatest of all time. Ian Yo, formerly now Kagetsu, can take the throne rightfully at the top of the company. The current Chaos Women's Champion, the former Universal Champion, the former Intercontinental Champion, a Royal Rumble winner, a 2-time WrestleMania main eventer, 12 Match of the Year candidates, the most in the company's history ever. 530 plus day clean streak that is still ongoing. She could beat Ian Yo's record if she keeps winning like this. And she was also the one to slay and kill 13XT Alpha at WrestleMania in Night 1's main event. Not to mention Year 3's WrestleMania main event, Night 4 with Mayu Iwatani. She won the Royal Rumble in Year 2 to win the Universal Championship, win the Intercontinental Championship in that same year, the Chaos Women's Championship, which she's held since the beginning of Year 3. And we're not going into Year 5. That's been an incredible reign too. You had the 12-time match of the year. You can't even list them all. She beat Cat easily at Survivor Series. She beat Nevaeh Lee Hanna at SummerSlam. Some of the greatest of all time, and she's been able to do it. But I hope you all agree with that, man. I gotta know your opinions. Make sure you make your own list if you want to. Thank you all for stopping by in what's been an incredible year of Year 4. We're gonna head on to do our future concepts, future showcase rankings, and we'll see you soon. That's gonna be our next project. So thank you all for stopping by. Make your own list if you need to. And always remember, Ayla is bad as hell and nobody can convince me otherwise.